Reno's the drama queen. Oh my God. We've got to go see the doctor. Oh no, honey. Okay, all right.
When the owner said to take you out to play, but you ended up at the vet.
Okay, let me get my mask on. Oh my God. Okay.
Now, that one is at another level. That's anxiety. Okay, that's anxiety, and as you can see, it's exactly what I teach. Right, the human that humanizes a dog, the human who instead of bringing things down elevates things, right, and the human who gives affection at the wrong time. You know, is everything in their world is about solving an anxious problem or a confused problem or a chaotic problem with affection, you know, or with rationalizing. It's okay. The vet is a good person, and mommy loves you or daddy loves you. And see, it's a rationality combined with affection, and that's, you know, emotional intelligence, right? That's not gonna help. That dog was anxious. And so what that dog needed is the opposite of what the lady was offering. Whoa. See, that's a dog that is in a follower state to begin with. All right, we're ready for this. In this video, I'm reacting to a dog who does not want to go to the vet. So I'm asking you to break it down with me, to watch it from the way I watch it, right? So we can understand, we can actually understand why this dog doesn't want to go to the vet. And what can we do in the future, you know, when we introduce a dog into the vet, and why the vet should be a place where the dog learn to trust and eventually love, because they don't love right away, right? Unless that dog is just an incredible happy-go-lucky dog, and from day one that established, there is such a miracles. But most of the dogs are going to have a challenge going to the vet, because the vet, it smells like alcohol. The veterinarian school, the veterinarian office, they're dealing with an energy of pain, right? Or they're dealing with an energy of confusion. They don't know who they are. They don't know these people, you know, went to school. One of my best friends, Dr. Garcia, is one of my best friends, and I thank God for that, because he's a good vet, and I know, you know, when I come to his clinics, I like to teach all his people about energy and philosophy and actions, because they like to do a lot of baby talk, and they like to feel sorry for the dog, and all the things that I suggest not to do, right? As I'll suggest that when a dog comes into the vet, nobody can feel worry, sorry, anxious. If you are one of those, stay away from it, because you're not going to help. The dog is going to associate it. He's going to feel weird. He's going to feel different. You know, can a dog sense, you know, that you don't want him to have a hard time? Well, it's in your mind, but you're already sending the wrong energy, right? You're worrying about it, right? So then the dog is going to associate that with that particular place. Notice unless the dog has a bad memory with a dog park, of pain, you know, most people know how to create a good memory about the beach, a good memory about dog parks, a good memory about someplace safe, right? We're good. And so also pay attention, you know, how do you feel before you go to the vet, especially if it's the first time you bring in a dog to the vet. Is how do you feel? Not what you're going to do, not how your dog feels, is how do you feel? You are the one that is bringing this dog, and you want the dog to feel safe and peace. All right.
You don't want to come in the vet? She said, I gotta get your toenails trimmed. I gotta get your toenails trimmed.
This Labrador, right, is beautiful, happy-go-lucky dog that has learned to grab the leash, and the human listens. And of course, this dog has not just removed this human from the vet's office. This is not the first time. This dog has done it somewhere else, because people you can hear in the amusement of this behavior, you know, but they're using, you know, they got to do your nails. And yes, the dog is definitely associating the vet with, you know, the nails are very sensitive. So every once in a while, you can have such a great years, and one day that nail was long, and That dog didn't like it, and he shouldn't like it because it hurts. And so that dog had a bad time, but nobody was able to heal that moment or to erase that moment. And so from that point on, the dog has learned, hey, the smell of this place, the sound of this place is not a place that is very peaceful to me or pleasing to me. So the dog, in a very humorous way, is removing that human away from the vet's office. Let's look at another one.
Let's see. Come on, then. Let's go.
Long pull, slow pull. That's it.
This is a beautiful, calm, surrender Labrador. He's a little bit unsure. He already knows. He's sensing something. Here is the baby talk. You know, when a dog is having a hard time with his life, and you start doing baby talk, and then your frequency goes lower than the hard time he's having. That's why a lot of times you're not going to be able to influence, and that's why a lot of times people are going to push or carry them completely. In this case, because the dog is calm, surrender, and just trying to shut down, the humans are going to have to drag him into it, or somebody comes and pick him up, you know, and it shuts down. He literally shuts down. And so it goes, you know, to calm surrender with avoidance, because he's not aggressive, right? The dog is not trying to say, hey, I'm afraid. No, I'm just confused, and I really don't want to go in there. And plus, you human, even though the human is trying to do the baby talk, the human, what he says, okay, come here. You know, all that vibration, all that energy is being delivered into the dog. So the dog is not feeling trusting. It's not nobody's sending this marketing about, hey, let's go. Hey, don't worry, you know, even if you're going to say don't worry about it, the vibration, you don't even have to say anything. I would rather just bring a scent, or bring a bird, or bring another dog, and the other dog brings this particular dog inside the office. So don't forget, you know, that you don't always have to coach a dog with baby talks, especially when a dog is not having a good time. It's not the right time to use that. To me, baby talk is when a dog is feeling absolutely peaceful. He's having a happy-go-lucky time, and then I do the whole baby talk.
Refusing to move is not a way for you to avoid the examination. Just seeing the needle is enough to make him so panicked.
Obviously, this little puppy, you know, when they grab them, and this is not her first vaccination, it felt a little bit. Suggestion, you know, for people with little dogs, believe it or not, they will definitely enjoy, you know, a long walk before, especially visiting a vet, especially the first time. Let's focus on the first time, because the first time is what creates the second and third and fourth time, unless, you know, somebody made a huge mistake. And after so many days or so many years, the dog was perfectly fine with the vet, and somebody made a mistake and the dog got hurt, right? But if you do it right, the way I do it with my dogs, like I say, I have my good friend, Dr. Garcia. I bring my dogs and just to come and visit my friend. They're just coming, you know, like the way I go everywhere. Of course, they're going to smell different. They're always going to smell different. The vet's office smells like alcohol, first and foremost. Right, and then all the dogs that are, you know, surgery, especially with my friend, is always dealing with dogs, the urgent care, and so it's another level of it. But I like to bring my dogs there because they learn to trust me in a scenario where normally their pet parent, when actually their dog parents will never bring them, right? As they will stay away because it smells different, and dogs in there are healing, so therefore they're in pain. Or dogs are feeling lost or feeling, you know, like abandoned, but, you know, because the human just dropped them off there, and now they're in a kennel. So all of that plays a role. All of that plays a role, you know. Even though the people can be so nice, and all the vet techs are always very strong people. First and foremost, they have to be strong, and because they have to hold dogs, and they're kind, right? And so even though with that combination, the dogs struggle. And so my suggestion for the people with the small dogs, take them for nice long walks and then grab the skin, read the skin, touch the skin before, don't just give affection and, like it's a cake and you put in the frosting on top. Make sure you grab it like a little bit like you're doing some pizza dough, right? And I'll show you in some of the videos. I'll show you later in some of the videos how I prepare my dogs for the skin. So when the vet comes and do a subcutaneous injection or when it's going to be an intramuscular injection, it's a different kind of touch, right? And I like to put them in a side and the dog is totally relaxed. I grab the leg, I make sure it's soft, and then the doctor comes in and give the shot. So it's a teamwork, My friend does let me manipulate and make sure that my dogs are in a calm surrender so he can come and do his magic.
Hello? Oh, the vet?
Top words that every dog is wary of hearing.
Okay, I'm gonna take
The vet.
Guys, this is the funny part, because it's funny, right? The dog is, but the guy is making a phone call with a shoe. So just it shows you if we are able to create a fantasy, because this is a fantasy. The guy has literally like me having this, and I'm making a phone call, and I'm saying certain words that will trigger my dog, right? Like people say, "You want to go to the park?" And then the dog will trigger. "You want chicken?" And so obviously this dog is very familiar with the tone when he uses the tone, because the dog learned your tonality. The dog learned a certain word, it's a trigger word, or it's a trigger for good, or it's a trigger for bad, right? And so the dog right now is definitely, a really awesome dog, because he's just grabbing a little toy and he's just confessing that he doesn't like the conversations he's having with the shoe.
All right, let me take her. Come on, let's go to the vet shop. Okay, she's gonna get shots.
Weight is also an advantage when you are afraid to go to the vet.
Nope.
Oh, buddies.
Guys, a mastiff. Imagine if we can put our horse, or our donkey, or our emus, or our other animals that we have, and some kind of platform. This is more like a scenario where the dog doesn't go out too often to different places, that he's already associating this particular trailer with something, that might, don't like, right? So once you have a big mastiff using shut down, you're gonna have to lift them with a forklift. And as you see, the other guy is like literally putting a lot of effort, more than the Labrador that we saw earlier. The Labrador we saw earlier is still room, to make it move faster, versus this particular mastiff that is already associating, the trailer with that. So that means this dog is suffering the same way a horse would suffer if you don't take this animal into this particular vehicle, so he can be transported to some other place, right? Or maybe this is the vehicle for the vet's office, because it seems like they're in the rural area. And back in the times, Dr. Garcia used to come all the way to the ranch, and my dogs have to go inside his mobile vet. So maybe this is a mobile vet, but at the same time, listen, don't feed the dog a day before. Let him fast. He's not gonna die. This dog eats plenty, and let him get hungry. So by the time the vet comes, the vet offers a nice meal, better than the one you offer, and that will create a much better memory. That would invite the nose. You know, nobody's inviting the nose here. Everybody's inviting the eyes. Everybody's inviting the ears. If you notice, everybody's talking to the ears. Everybody's talking to the eyes. And of course, the dogs are like associating it right away with like, I'm gonna run away from this. Or I'm going to just avoid going to the vet.
Hey,
Can someone tell me this is just a dream?
hey. It's just a vet. They're just gonna check you. It's okay, buddy.
All dogs will become big.
That, I mean, come on. That's a good video for people. They are still afraid of pit bulls, and that's a good mixed pit bull with his shaking. You know, as you can see the nervousness he has, but in a submissive way. What I want you to see is this dog's being submissive about it, you know, surrender. It's a good state of mind, okay? And the dog is telling you, like, this makes me nervous, you know, this makes me in that flight state and that scared state. And the worst we can do is to tell them it's okay, right? But I think it's really hard for people to, like, not say something about it. But my suggestion always, you know, obviously you guys can continue with that. But my suggestion is, if you're going to touch, just tap them. Tap so that energy goes away. The EVGBs. Let them go away, right? Don't say, it's okay. Because the dog is going to get even more nervous. Remember, that vibration, even though for a human might sound like caring and beautiful and borderline cute, is not a helpful energy for a dog that is already not having a good time in that moment. He's nervous. At a low level, but he's still nervous.
Babies who need to be held when they go to the hospital.
We can all agree that until right now, all these dogs that have come to the vet are either happy-go-lucky or calm surrender. Okay, this guy has the strength, the youth, to carry this puppy German Shepherd into it. But the reason why he can do it is because the dog is just unsure of where he's going, but is submissive about it, right? Because if this dog is a little older and the dog is fearful, you can get bit in the face, right? Or the dog can be just growling, and you know, the dog will actually warn the kid, you know, because the dog would make the sound. And in this case, this puppy is a puppy. He's just confused, but it's also submissive. So it's also in a good state of mind, and this activity can be done. But still, is the dog, what makes a dog go in a good, you know, calm surrender state is because he's willing to do it. And the reason why he's willing to do it is because we're willing to trigger. So we're triggering this so we can be associated, because we're the one that's bringing them to the vet. So they're going to associate the vet office, the smell of the office, the sound of the people, the sight of the people, the smell of the people. And then, of course, with us, because we brought them there. So it's going to be 3 associations: the vet's office, the people in the office, and us. So it's very, very important that we understand, number one, that all these dogs are not in an aggressive state, so nobody's in danger, you know, but definitely you get to see they're even in calm surrender, or like happy-go-lucky, like the first Labrador. They just want to leave the place. And that's why we can find humor in these videos.
Rita's the drama queen. Oh my god! We've got to go see the doctor! Oh no, honey. Okay, all right.
When the owner said to take you out to play, but you ended up at the vet.
Okay, let me get my mask on. Oh my god, okay.
Now, that one is at another level. That's anxiety. Okay, that's anxiety. And as you can see, it's exactly what I teach, right? The human that humanizes a dog, the human who, instead of bringing things down, elevates things, right? And the human who gives affection at the wrong time. You know, everything in their world is about solving an anxious problem or a confused problem or a chaotic problem with affection, you know, or with rationalizing. It's okay. The vet is a good person, and mommy loves you or daddy loves you. And see, it's a rationality combined with affection, and that's, you know, emotional intelligence, right? That's not gonna help. That dog was anxious, and so what that dog needed is the opposite of what the lady was offering.
His quivering doesn't lie about veterinary fear. Do you like the vet?
Yeah, that little Shiba Inu, that's, you know, you just have to hold that one, you know, very, very careful, because he's like borderline fearful. He's nervous. He's coming, right? They're gonna touch him. And listen, you don't have to give a dog a shot in order for them to like have a fearful moment. It doesn't have to be physically painful. It can just be someone who didn't took the nose, eyes, ears time. It could be someone who's not connecting, assessing, and evaluating, and that can make a dog uncomfortable, right? That can make a dog afraid because they don't know those people. And as far as they're concerned, these people, he doesn't know them, and these people are not taking the time to get to know him and to make him feel safe and peace and trust and respect, because they want to feel, you know, they can trust you, and they want to feel they can respect you. They don't care about loving. That's what they have. They're humans, right? But when we skip these formulas that I'm always talking about, trust, respect, love, safe, peace, love, our dogs are going to not have fun or not have a good time or not have a good memory, right, with our vets. And to me, a vet is a very important member of my life. Not only my good friend, but is the second in command after me that keeps my dog alive. So I want my dogs to have an incredible calm surrender time when they go visit my friend, or a happy-go-lucky time when they go visit my friend Dr. Garcia, the best vet in the world. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and join me on my mission of better humans, better planet.